What's going on, guys? Your boy Amazing. We're back with another video, and in today's video, guys, we're going to be doing the should you summon for the festival Zeldris banner. So let's get into the video. Before we actually hop into the video, make sure to subscribe to your boy Amazing. We are on the road to 10k subscribers, and at the time of recording this video, I'm at 8.94k subscribers on the YouTube channel. Turn on post notifications if you want to stay up to date with anything 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross related. And with that out of the way, let's hop into the video. Alright, so we just got news yesterday that the Festival Zeldris banner is going to be dropping on actually later tonight, actually. So we're going to be getting Festival Zeldris tonight with Chandler on their banner. We actually have it pulled up on the forum right here. Let's actually just show you guys real quick. But yeah, as you guys can see, we have the Executioner Zeldris and Mage Chandler banner, the 900 loyalty banner. And we're also, gonna go over their kit and let you guys know if you should be summoning. So let's go to Zeldris real quick. Shout out to GC Database for the info here, and also to SCS GC Database on Twitter for the actual banner itself. But let's go over Zeldris' kit, and then we'll go over Chandler and then the banner itself. So Zeldris, he's gonna be the green attribute SSR rarity demon type. So for his first skill here, he's going to inflict cut damage equal to 500% of attack that cannot be a critical hit on one enemy. So basically how cut works is it is additional damage equal to 50% of 100% of critical damage. So basically how Zeldris' passive works. So basically how Zeldris' cut card works is that it takes the critical damage here, cuts it in half, and that is the bonus you get in terms of damage for the hit, and it will not crit guaranteed. So this card will never crit. No matter what Zeldris does, no matter how much crit chance you give him, he will never crit on this cut card. Kind of nice, like, for if you're not trying to crit like a Losing Meliodas or something, but other than that, there isn't really much like usage, and it is kind of just a worse spike damage like effect here, just because like you're taking half of your critical damage. So like 185 divided by 2, I don't know what the number is, but it's like 92 or something, 92.5. So it's not going to be like the most insane or anything like that. But you're still getting a pretty decent bonus, and you start with a multiplier of 500% with 50% of your critical damage, which you can increase as well. So the second card right here is going to be a deplete ultimate move gauge orb at the end of the enemy's turn for 1 turn. So basically how this acts is it's basically Green Gilther's dissolve card. But how it works is that you don't actually have to apply damage on the enemy. It just instantly applies, which is a lot more broken because it's just like Amelia's freeze, where you could actually just use the card, and even if they have a Goss Elizabeth shield up, it'll go through the shield and apply dissolve. So they cannot rush their ultimate, and then on a rank 2 and 3, it actually disables the ultimate moves for 1 turn or 2 turns. So regardless, on the rank 2, if you disable the ultimate move for the enemy and then it dissolves, they're not going to be able to get their gauge no matter what. Like, even if they have their ultimate, they lose it the next turn because it's getting disabled and then depleted. So this card right here is probably one of the best cards in the entire game, honestly. So Zeldris already has like a pretty good kit off just the rip off just his cards, right? His cut card is not the best, but this card right here is really good support. For his passive here, he's going to increase allies' basic stats by 2% for every debuff applied on the enemy, limit 10 times. So basically, Zeldris is able to be like a debuff support. You can run him on like a Kyo team, you can run him on like a Festival King team, in the backline. Like he has like, his usage, like where you can actually run him on debuff teams. And also even on like assault melee teams where you're running Melascula, or like, what's another one that debuffs? Honestly, I think that's the only one actually. Or even just Assault Melee himself, when he applies the defense-related downs on the enemy, you're going to be able to get 2% for every debuff applied on the enemy. So 2% basic stats, you're going to be going crazy for sure. Times 10. So 2 times 10 is 20. So you're getting 20% basic stats, which is a lot better than Red Zeldris, which doesn't apply that much. Because you're not running a full Commandments team. So overall, like, Green Zeldris is already better than Red Zeldris in terms of support. And then for his commandment here, it's actually different from the regular commandment of piety. But if we actually go over here, if a critical strike occurs from a skill used, decreases crit chance and crit damage by 10%. Applies to both allies and enemies when entering battle. Excludes deathmatch, limit 3 times. So basically how this works is every time a enemy or you crit, you're actually going to be decreasing your crit chance and crit damage by 10%, and it acts as a grade debuff. So you can't cleanse this no matter what. The moment you crit is the moment you start to lose your crit chance and crit damage. So this can kind of be a hindrance for your team. Since Zeldris can crit, it doesn't really bother him, but it does bother Assault Mode Meliodas if you do plan to run him with Zeldris. And like any other unit you run as well, like if you're trying to run like a crit team or something, this commandment can kind of cuck it, unfortunately. So you just gotta look out for that, but it won't affect Zeldris at all just because he cannot crit on any of his attacks. The only time it can affect Zeldris is going to be on his ultimate here. So for his ultimate, he's going to inflict damage equal to 630% of attack on one enemy and decreases HP related stats of all enemies by 5% for 2 turns. And so the multiplier for this scales up to 945% of attack at 6 out of 6, and the debuff multiplier scales up to 15%. So like let's say you actually drop the ultimate here, and if the ultimate crits, then you do actually lower your crit chance and crit damage. So honestly, I would recommend not even using Zeldris' commandment entirely. I usually go for like using Drolls whenever I run like Zeldris and Assault Melee team. But even then, like you can kind of run like Melasula's commandment as well, possibly if you want to boost your stats, because every debuff applied on the enemy also counts. Like if you're using like Melasula passive, or Melasula commandment I should say, so you could run like Zeldris, Melasula, and Assault Melee and go crazy, right? So that's just a team comp right there that you guys can think about. But Zeldris himself, he's already really nutty. And then if we go over his stats here, his stat line, look at all of this. Like he's beefy. Another thing too, which I'll actually show you guys, if we go to the CC ranking here and we actually filter by highest CC, Zeldris is the 4th highest CC unit in the entire game at base. So just that alone, like you are level 90 Super Awakening, excluding costumes and equipment, he is going to be the 4th highest CC unit in the entire game. So running him and Assault Melee on the same team when almost maxed out, you will probably be able to out CC the 1 Esnor team. Probably, yeah, because the team itself is super beefy. You have Zeldris, Assault Mode Melee, and then if you wanted to run Chandler, he's also above Goddess Elizabeth in terms of CC. So overall, you will be LCCing a Glue Eater team if you're planning on running, you know, Zeldris on the Assault Melee team. So that's just something to note, man. He is really beefy and has a lot of CC. So because of that, that's also like another thing that could be, you know, beneficial. And he is missing an outfit, by the way, as well. So he's not even at his like peak, you know, CC right there. But yeah, so let's hop into the next unit here, being the Magician Chandler. So Chandler is going to be the blue attribute SSR rarity Demon Race. For his first skill here, he's going to do Dragon Claw. This is the same card as Valenti, so the Mark II Valenti. Inflicts damage equal to 400% of attack on one enemy, restricts all skill effects including ultimate move effects for 2 turns, excludes stances and recovery skills. So basically what happens here is that whenever you use Dragon Claw, it nullifies any skill effect in the game. So it's kind of like a Goddess Elizabeth shield, but every time you attack with it, it's actually going to apply the debuff that makes it so that you cannot use any skill effect, which is kind of broken, man. Like actually, like if you use this on the 1 Escanor or Goddess Elizabeth or Green Gother, Green Gother can't rank up, he can't dissolve, Goddess Elizabeth can't stun, and can't put up a shield. The 1 Escanor cannot influx you with his what's it called? With his influx card. So overall, this kind of just like nullifies a whole team. And then to top that off, for his second card here, he's going to have a full counter card, which on rank 3 assumes a stance for 2 turns, which taunts enemies and inflicts damage equal to 450% of attack when taking attacks, inflicts an additional damage equal to 100% of the damage taken. So off rip, it does 450% of attack. And then it's going to do double. It's going to do basically all the damage you took, and it's going to hit it back at the enemy in a full counter, which is actually broken. Like if you think about it, right? Like they're doing 100% of the damage they did to you, you're going to send back to them. So it's really, really good right there. I think that full counter is going to be very good. And then to top that off with that full counter with his passive, so Chandler's passive right here, decreases all stats of the enemies who use a skill by 7% for 1 turn in PvP. So every time they attack, and by the way, this is a grade debuff, which is stackable. So if you use 3 skills in 1 turn, you're losing, what is it, 21% to all your stats? 21%. And it applies before you actually hit your card. So if you're using like an influx on the 1, you're losing 7% stats before the attack even hits. So it is super good in terms of like a way of like nullifying enemy damage towards you. So I feel like Chandler's passive there is going to be very good. And then also to kind of like, you know, work together with his Dragon Claw card and his full counter, he is really, really good, man. And then, like, you know, let's go over his ultimate real quick. So inflicts charge damage equal to 455% of attack on all enemies, and this can scale to 683% of attack at 6 out of 6. And then the final thing to note about his kit is that his CC is cracked. As I showed in the CC ranking here, he is in the top 10 CC, barely under Tarmiel and above Goddess Elizabeth Sariel. So like, he is really, like, you know, in terms of CC, he's up there, and he's still missing an outfit as well. So he has already base like 8,400 HP, 4,500 CC, 10% lifesteal, like 150% crit damage. Like Chandler's stats are very good, man. So Chandler and Zeldris both have really good stats. They're really good kits. Let's actually go over the banner now and let you guys know if you should be summoning. So let's go over the banner. So we have a 900 pity banner, just like any other festival banner in the game. So we have for the banner, we have for the raid up, we have Executioner Zeldris Fest limited at 0.25%. We have the new Magician Chandler, which is also going to be 0.25%. And then we have Assault Mode Meliodas returning on this banner at 0.25% as well. So it's going to be the raid up 0.75% total, which is not the best, like, in terms of raid up. Obviously, you know, just like the ReZero banner, like, it's actually, no, this is worse than the ReZero banner in terms of rate up, because it's actually less than 33% of the banner. Usually it's about 1% of the 4%, but actually here, for pulling a featured unit on the Zeldris banner, it's like a less than 25% chance, which is kinda low, man, unfortunately. So let's see the rest of the banner here. We got Nanashi, we got Denethor Liz, Green Arthur, Ludociel. We have all these summonable 10 commandments, so Zeldris to Monsby here, which is not too bad. And then we have all these coin shop sins right here. So we have the Lion Sin of Pride, Holy Knight Escanor, all the way to Demon Meliodas, and then the summonable 10 commandments, and then these really good filler right here: Ludociel, Arthur, Liz, and Nanashi. So overall, the banner itself isn't the best, I would say, because especially when you have less than, what is that? That's like what, like 20-ish% of you pulling one of these units, right? Because it's less than 25%, because it's only 0.75% chance out of 4%, right, total. So that is, yeah, probably about like 20-ish%. So it's not going to be the highest chance of you pulling a featured unit. And the thing is too, is that if you're chasing Chandler, he's not actually on the guaranteed for this banner. As you can see right here, they actually specify that if you reach 900 loyalty points, you choose between Executioner Zeldris and Berserker Assault Mode Meliodas. So you're actually not guaranteed Chandler at all on this banner if you do go 900. You're only guaranteed Zeldris at 900, and then possibly an Assault Melee, possibly a Chandler as well. If you want to pick Assault Melee at the 900, it is you know, doable, but I wouldn't recommend it myself. But yeah, overall, I would say if you're a free-to-play player and you don't invest in Assault Mode, I would say just completely skip the banner. There's no reason to summon on this if you aren't an Assault Mode player. If you want to be an Assault Mode player, or you plan on, you know, going crazy with the team, if you already have the team built up and you just need Zeldris and Chandler to kind of boost the team itself, then I highly recommend summoning, because this banner is, in terms of, you know, in terms of the banner units itself, it's not too bad. Like, you know, you have Nanashi, which is very good. Denethor Liz. Green Arthur hasn't really been on many banners, so he's very good. Ludociel is obviously really good. Summonable 10 commandments, people probably already have duped up, so it's not going to be the most crazy. And then the coin shop sins, though, that's something that people actually like overlook, because not everyone has them all 6 out of 6, right? So that's just something to know right there. And then, you know, the units themselves are very good. So if you do plan on summoning on this banner, then, you know, best of luck to you. And I actually do recommend it for an Assault Mode Meliodas player, which I'm going to be summoning myself. So look forward to that. I'll make a summoning video later tonight on it. But yeah, that's basically gonna be it for the video. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys gonna be summoning on the Festival Zeldris banner. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe as always. If you guys want to see more videos like this, definitely let me know in the comment section below. And I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Peace out and have a great rest of your day.